Pixelatl invited me down to Mexico, here to Cuernavaca, to talk about Coco. It's the first time that I've been back to Mexico since Coco opened, so I'm very excited to be here. This morning I did kind of a Q&A session with a bunch of young people. I don't know how many people were there, maybe about 40 people, just answering their questions and talking a bit about my experience making Coco and bringing it out into the world. Well, I think it's funny, whenever I'm in Mexico, people always want to know what food I like here. But I love everything. I mean, I don't think there's anything that I don't like, but there's definitely a love of food down here in Mexico. And we try to infuse that a little bit into the movie. Well, every movie is hard, and and they take a long time. It took us 6 years to make Coco. This film was especially difficult for a few reasons. One, the scope of the film is very large. We were kind of painting the story on a very broad palette, so we had a lot of world to build to tell the story. We had never animated skeletons before. That was a new challenge with the studio. But those are technical things and somewhat creative. Probably the biggest challenge was being culturally respectful and authentic in depicting Dia de Muertos. I knew that the film would play in Mexico, obviously, but I also knew it would be all over the world. So I wanted to make sure that the folks in Mexico and Mexican Americans would be happy with how the culture was depicted. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure that it was all digestible and relatable to people all over the world who may not know anything about Mexican culture. So that really was a big challenge for us, and I think we pulled it off pretty well. Well, I mean, just the fact that the film has done so well here in Mexico and amongst the Latino community in the United States and around the world, that's definitely the most rewarding. But I love every aspect. Every aspect drives me crazy because it's so difficult, but it's also so much fun. I love working with our actors. I know a lot of the actors were different in the Spanish language version from the original one that we created, but some, like Gael Garcia Bernal, is in both, and he was a joy to work with every single time I had a chance to work on the character of Hector with him. He was very excited to be a part of it and help make the movie great. The kid in the original American English version, Anthony Gonzalez, really helped shape this movie alongside us. He was really incredible. And the little boy that did the Spanish language version, he had big shoes to fill in stepping into that role, but he did a fantastic job as well.